Hi there again. Hey, this is Keith Krantz with Dominate Web Media, and hopefully you've had a chance now to get into your Facebook advertising account, set it up, maybe create a couple ads, maybe even initiate them and let them run and test out a little bit, or maybe you paused them, but hopefully you've been able to really get inside your account and really get into the targeting and start searching around and look at some of the numbers, and it's pretty fun. Hopefully you enjoy it like I do. And if you're not brand new to Facebook advertising and you've been doing it for a while and you're just looking for more advanced strategies, hopefully I can, these videos will help you out with a lot of the updates with Facebook and stuff. So what we're going to talk about right now is targeting. So this video is going to be mostly just about targeting, but before that, let's just throw in an ad just to kind of review that a little bit. In this ad, maybe what we'll do is we'll do an external URL. So I just put in my website, dominatewebmedia.com, and we'll do a title. How about something like let's see, get more traffic, get more website traffic. I don't know. Learn how to let's see, how about learn 3 ways to double traffic to your website in the next 60 days. Learn 3 strategies. How about learn 3 strategies that will double the traffic to your website in the next 60 days. Okay, that's pretty good direct response headline. I kind of like it. Maybe tweak it up a little bit. I might have to even use that. Let's throw an image in. How about this one? We're going to go into this stuff in a later one, but smiling faces, pretty women really work well with Facebook. Okay, people, it's just have an innate tendency, men and women both, to want to look at or just click on. If you're on Facebook and you kind of just think about what you've done and pay attention to more moving forward, you'll notice that you just have this instinct to do, and it's just a natural instinct. But you can't always have a pretty face, a pretty woman, and if you try to get too liberal, okay, like a girl in a bikini, chances are you're going to get your ad denied by Facebook, unless it needs to be relevant to your ad. And what you'll also learn is every ad gets approved by a human or disapproved. So one ad might get disapproved by one person, and then you could resubmit the exact same ad, nothing different, and it'll get approved. I've also had ads that got approved, and then all I did was I went into the same ad and I changed the bidding from cost per click to CPM, or I changed the target area, and my ad got disapproved. So I'd been running the ad for a few weeks, and then I basically just changed the bidding, and it got disapproved because somebody else looked at it, and for some odd reason they didn't think it was relevant or something. It doesn't really make sense, but you'll learn these things. But anyway, so let's just throw in this image because it's kind of a happy image, and then they'll click on it and they'll make sure that your site matches up with the headline. So my landing page needs to kind of coincide, and then that needs to happen anyways if you want to get conversions. People don't want to get tricked, feel like they're getting tricked. So we're going to go ahead and skip this though, and we're going to move down to the targeting because that's what we're going to talk about today. So when it comes to targeting, obviously, before I go into this, I want to talk about a couple things about your business. You want to do some research, okay, when it comes to your business or your target or your niche, on your target audience, okay? Save yourself a lot of time and money and agony and do your target audience research before you start your ads. And use some other free tools. There's a lot of great tools, like, first of all, Google Analytics. So if you have Google Analytics installed, tracking your website, then go into your Google Analytics and dig into it and look to see if your best target audiences are mostly males or females, or what the age ranges are, where they live, what their interests are, and what other websites they're coming from or going to. These are really, really great information you can get from your own website. Know your competition. Go to your competition's Facebook pages. See what people are saying. See what kind of a following they have. Go to their websites, okay? Go to YouTube. YouTube's unbelievable. YouTube, check this out. You can just go to a basic YouTube video here. I just, some training video. And right here at the bottom right, there's a show video statistics. I had already clicked. So if I click on that, you can actually get some demographic data from other people's videos. And you can see, age, and then male, female, where they're located. So you can get some pretty basic demographics by looking at other people's videos. Now, if you have your own YouTube channel, that's even better. Here's the back of one of my videos. This is a Facebook landing page video, and I can see, I can get some great information on male, female, where they're at. This is just in the last 30 days, so I can go back farther all the way to the beginning of the life of the video too. Look at all this great data you can get, and you can get lots more on that. I can get traffic sources, audience retention, all kinds of really, really cool stuff. So, and then a couple other ones, Quantcast, QUANTCAST.com. I will have that. I'll have these links at the bottom of this video, so don't worry. It's a great free tool that provides details about audiences for all websites. Alexa.com is another free tool that provides demographic information on websites. Alexa.com is kind of the gold standard for ranking websites when it comes to overall traffic. So you can put a website in there, it'll tell you where it ranks in that country of origin or worldwide. And so it doesn't tell you the amount of traffic, but it tells you comparison, so you can kind of get a gauge. Do some of that, come back to Facebook, and let's start. You can see over here the estimated reach when you start changing things. So if I put by state, and I'll put Washington, which is where I'm at, you can see the estimated reach goes way down already, right? Of course, because it's just the state of Washington now. So you can go by city, by zip, and then you can go, if you go by city, you can include cities within 10 miles. I wish this went down to 5 or 2 or 1 mile. I don't understand why they don't do that yet. I mean, especially for cities like New York City or LA, I mean, 10 miles is not good. So what you can do to get around that, though, is you can just start typing in suburbs. Okay? So Seattle, instead of just typing in Seattle, I can type in things. If I want to target a certain area, I can type in like West Seattle, and then within 10 miles, or maybe I won't do within, so I can just, instead of doing that, you'll notice when you put in a suburb, the amount of people that are reached is very small. Okay, you're thinking, wow, that city has a lot more people in its population. It's because it just goes direct to the main, the city limits. The city limits population is always so much smaller than you realize. So it's kind of a bummer. So what you can do is you can just target all the surrounding suburbs, and it will pick up the names when you start to type them in. So it just depends on what your business is. If it's a local, if you obviously you can go to the 10-mile radius thing, and if I go to watch what happens, it didn't really change much, which is kind of strange. Probably because West Seattle. Now, if I type in 25, you'll see it goes to 1.4 million. So it just really depends on the city and how close it is to a major city and stuff. So you got to be careful there. So, but now demographics. What you can do here is once you start running your ads, Facebook gives you some pretty decent reports. So you can actually run an ad, say, 18 up to 64, or you can go to any. So any would be the highest age on Facebook, right? So then what you can do is once you're running your ads, Facebook will actually, in the reporting section, will show you the click-through rates from 25 to 34, 35 to 45, 46 to 55, and then it'll separate them out from men and women. But sometimes it takes a couple days for these reports to populate. So it's sometimes, it's tough to wait for that data. So what I like to do is I will actually sometimes start an ad, and I might do something like this: 21 to 30 men, okay, and then I'll create the same ad, 21 to 30 women, and then I'll do it 31 to 40 men, 31 to 40 women. What you'll notice is as you do that, the pricing will change. So if you look down here at the bid, see it's their suggested bid right now is $51 to $1.15. So whether let's just pick marketing, okay? And if I put in marketing, and I'm going to take away I'm going to go back to everywhere, so it's a bigger. Okay, so it's United States. Okay, notice the bid really didn't change much, 0.53 to 107. Let's actually take that out. Okay, so it's 0.50 to 1001. Okay, that's the suggested bid. Now if I put in marketing, it doesn't change much. Okay, so when the Facebook is, the bidding will change depending on your type of let's just put business, and then it'll change. It didn't really hardly change at all. Where it changes a lot is when you change the age. So remember though, when you're looking for your target audiences, you have to. I'm not going to go into bidding a whole lot in this video, but you still have to think about it because as you increase your age, you're going to increase your price. So 41 to 50 men now. Let's look at the price. 77 to $1.98. Okay. Remember what I said before though. You're never going to pay. You're probably always going to pay less than the bottom bid, except in some circumstances where Facebook's off. Some circumstances your ad won't start running, and that means the lowest bid was too low. But almost every time you're going to start it, maybe bid about 0.8, and then it'll start running, and you'll be charged around 70 cents a click here. But so just realize that as you're doing your targeting, it's going to get more expensive as you increase in age. 51 to 60 men is going to be more money than the last one, 0.86 to 229. Okay, so as you're creating your ads, what you can do is you can always test an ad maybe in that lower range, or maybe split them up a little bit and then see how it does, and then you can create a similar ad and just create more of those similar ads and just targeting more different age groups. So maybe I start one with 31 to 40 and 41 to 50, and then I kind of like it, so I just create the same ad and then do it from 51 to 60, and then maybe women, on the same age groups. But once you have created an ad, what you can do is you can create similar ads. So, okay, you might be a little bit confused when I say you can create the same ad. Let's go over and look, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, this is a previous ad that I was running. Now, let's just say I have an ad here that was getting 0.1. So this ad here, we've got a 0.1 click-through rate. It was getting a good click-through rate, and what I want to do is I want to create a similar ad. So what I can do is I can click right here. I will create similar ad. What it does is it pops open a new tab, and it creates the exact same ad, okay? And you'll see all the settings that I had in this one, okay? And then what I can do is I can just change one thing. So say I like this ad and I want to do this exact same ad, but I want to change my age from 51 to 60 and keep it men. Boom. Everything else stays the same. I add copy, image, and then I can just place order, and now I have to change my bid price. So it's pretty interesting. So anyways, so you'll notice this ad here. Let's go back to 41 to 50. That my bid was, the suggested bid was 90 cents, and notice I was getting around 60. So you can pay a lot less than they say you're going to, as long as you have a pretty successful ad. So anyways, let's go back and talk more about the targeting. So now, broad-based is what is initially set up when you start your ad. So that's kind of the default setting. Like I said before, we like to do most of our ads in the precise interest targeting. But I'll touch on broad-based. If you're doing the broad-based targeting, let's go to all, and let's just do 31 to 60-year-old men and women. And so if you're just in the U.S. alone here, you're talking 98 million people. So if you want to be successful with Facebook ads, the smaller target market you have, the better chance you have to be successful, okay? Because the more you can narrow your target audience down and get it smaller and smaller, so it's more focused, you have a better chance that people that will see your ad, that will have impressions upon, that they'll click on your ad, okay? So if I'm targeting this super broad-based category, like let's just say business, I want to do people that are interested in personal finance, real estate, small business owners, right? Well, we're talking 993,000 people. This is so broad that my click-through rate on this ad is probably going to be really low, and guess what's going to happen? I'm going to end up paying a high price for my ad. It's not going to be very successful, and I'm going to wonder why. So what I would rather do is I would rather switch to precise interest targeting, and let's find out what kind of things my audience likes. So let's just say, you're doing an ad in the fitness industry, so maybe you have a weight loss product or something like that. Instead of just doing people that are interested in overall health and nutrition, why don't you find an audience? So maybe like something like what's that show? The Biggest Loser. So The Biggest Loser. There you go. Look at that. Pops right up. Okay, The Biggest Loser. Now I'm targeting 130,000 people that like the show The Biggest Loser. Okay, that is going to be a lot better audience to target with your weight loss product than just people that like general. Let's just uncheck these. Let's go to activities. If you're focusing on people that like I don't even maybe outdoor fitness, okay, movie and film, that would be tough. They probably like a lot of these types of things. So interests, you can go into health and well-being, maybe home and garden, maybe you're targeting women. But look at this, 12 million people. I would rather go to to precise interest targeting. Now later on, in more advanced trainings, you can set up some ads to go after some of the broad-based markets just to test, to get some data, and then that will sometimes help you narrow your focus down. But for now, what we're going to want to do is we're going to target, and then we're going to target groups, and so it's going to be much easier. Now what happens is Facebook will actually give you some suggestions. So it'll pop up some suggestions. So weight loss, that's going to be a pretty big one, I bet. 397,000. So what you'll notice here is there's a hashtag in front of these two categories, okay? What that means is this is a new thing with Facebook. What they've done is they've said that with all of our data that we have, we've compiled, we think that there's about 131,000 people that are interested in The Biggest Loser, okay? This doesn't mean there's 131,000 fans of The Biggest Loser fan page, okay? You'll also notice that sometimes there is categories that won't have the hashtag. Maybe let's do, I don't know if this one will even be one, but P90X. Okay, here we go, P90X, okay? So I just picked the P90X, 257,000. They've got a lot of fans. Now notice that there was one with the hashtag too, okay? So look at that, 514,000, okay? Now, that's definitely kind of interesting. You saw what happened there. Sometimes Facebook is just weird. It's an audience 514,000, but it didn't pop up 514,000. The 278, which was real similar to the other one. So a lot of these numbers, it's a great example right here. You are not solid. You can't just take these numbers and think, oh, that's exactly what I'm going to live by, because it's not. There's some cases where the interest won't have the hashtag, and it might be the numbers don't add up all the time. But the point is Facebook is doing everything they can to help you really target your audience. So this is going to be a great way to target audiences, but just remember these numbers aren't exact, okay? They don't always add up. You'll see Beachbody here, but so we've got Beachbody 98,000. But if I type in Beachbody, let's see. Okay, so they have one with a hashtag here. This is probably a better example. So 216,000. Okay, so basically this one without the hashtag is pretty much targeting people that are fans of the Beachbody page. Okay, they won't target it. You can't exactly target fans of the page, but what they're saying is they're going to let you target people that have almost the exact same interests of all the fans of that page. And then with the hashtag, it's basically a more general. They're reaching out to more people. They're doing more research to get people that would be interested in that category. So it's actually a great new feature in Facebook, but it's just not exact. Now another new feature is this plus. See, this is pretty cool because, like I said, you can't just target fans of pages. You'll notice sometimes you might find a fan page that would be a great target audience. Okay, maybe it's in the finance or it's in the horse, equestrian industry or something like that. But you have this fan page with 10,000 fans, but it doesn't pop up when you start to type it up. Well, it just doesn't, and there's no way around it. It's just kind of one of those things with Facebook. But what they've added, which is great, is you can add a list. So you can add your own list. Okay, let's just say, let's do these here. So let's just say we've got like a weight loss or fitness product. So I put in weight loss, Jillian Michaels, lose weight, The Biggest Loser. Okay, so I can paste a list of interests that I think my target audience might be interested in. Maybe from the research that we did that I just talked about earlier in this video. And then what we can do is we can add that, and then what it does is it takes that and it puts it into interests that you can target now, especially in case it didn't pop up when you started typing it. Okay, so this is probably a little bit confusing, but you'll understand when you're in there sometimes and you're typing a page that you think would pop up and it just doesn't. So, but basically Facebook's they're making it better and better, so this is good. Okay, so one other thing you can do here too is you can start typing. So let's do, watch this, weight, and then it'll start, notice here it'll start to, okay, finish your sentence, so different weight loss. So you can kind of look at different, you can start to get ideas, okay, if you start to type out your target and then just put one letter. So you can do so much here, it's pretty awesome. Okay, so typically you're going to want to do connections to anyone, advanced connection targeting. What you'll do here is target users who are connected to your page. So what you can do is you can just basically do an ad that's targeted to fans of your page. So, which is kind of cool because it's going to be really, really cheap. So it's a great way to remind people if you've got updates or status update or something like that. You can just do ads to your fans. And what happens is you hear a lot of people talking about Facebook and this algorithm that you might have a Facebook page with a lot of fans, but you might do a status update and nobody sees your post because it gets buried. Well, this is a way where you can do you can create status updates as sponsored stories, and then you can just target only users who are connected to your page, okay, or to somebody else. So it's very and the much cheaper clicks. Okay, so it's a great way to get your stuff out there. So, and then what you can also do is target only users who are not connected to one of the pages. These are all pages that I manage, okay, or I have admin access to. Okay, so you can only put in the pages here that you have access to and you're an administrator on. Okay, these aren't just random pages. These are all pages I have admin access on, or apps. Okay, so this is why, so you can't just pick some page and say, oh, that's a great page, I want to target like P90X or something. You can't do that. I wish you could, but you can't. So, but the great thing about Facebook is you can create an ad that only targets friends of fans. Okay, this is an amazing, this is one of the best secrets of Facebook advertising there is, okay? So let's just say I want to do an ad to Teeter Hang-Ups for back pain products, and it's going to be a Facebook ad, and it's going to be a Facebook ad for pages, and I want to target only people who are So you notice I have more choices here now. That's because I put in the fan page instead of just an external URL. So don't get confused there. But okay. So let's show you something cool now. So what we're doing here now is only people who are not fans of Teeter Hangups, okay, and friends of Connection. So what we're going to do is we're going to check this box. Only show my ad to friends of the fans of Teeter Hangups. So check this out. We've got 54,000 people. Okay, this fan page has about 4,500 fans. Okay, and we are only targeting people that like weight loss, basically categories. Let's just go to general. Watch this. Okay, this is why you want to have fans on your Facebook page. This is the reason right here. 1.6 million people are friends of fans of Teeter Hangups, which has about 4,700 fans. Okay. 1.6 million people. The numbers get exponential so fast. If you have 1,000 fans in your fan page, you're going to be there's going to be literally thousands and thousands of probably 45,000 people connected to those people. So what does that mean? What that means is when you create your ad and you see that little ad on the bottom right of Facebook, or somebody else does, what happens is at the bottom of that ad it says this. Keith Krance likes this. Okay, so picture you create your ad, and now what happens is every single person that sees that ad, they will have somebody they recognize right here because it's only targeting friends of fans. So everybody that sees that will have that social proof, and they might not be a good friend, but it's somebody they know. At least it should be, right? Because so you get that instant subconscious, like you want to click on it and you're curious about it because somebody you know or likes that page. That is the power, one of the biggest, most powerful aspects of Facebook advertising right there. So, and it's another reason why you want to have a lot of fans and why a lot of times it's worth running Facebook ads to your fan page to get more fans, to be able to, for down the road so you can create Facebook ads that target your fans or your friends of your fans. So lots of stuff you can do with Facebook. I'm going to stop this video here because it's a lot of information, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop the video here, and I hope that you enjoyed it and you can take a lot of this information and use it. All right, we'll talk to you soon, and we'll talk to you on the next session.